What is up, everybody? Welcome to We Lift Big. I am your host, Bria Gabor, personal trainer, video podcast personality, and award-winning performer. My mission is to educate, entertain, and enact a stronger, happier you. Because when we put in the work to achieve habits for lifelong health and self-love, we open ourselves to the amazing opportunities that come with a life well lived. New content coming out weekly, so I need you to get up, fasten your shoes, and lift big.
What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of We Lift Big. We are here live. I'm just kidding. This is pre-recorded. But I wanted to give you some really solid motivation this week. This week, we're talking all about willpower and habits and touching on a lot of things that we've talked about on this podcast before. But I want to talk about willpower specifically because I know it's prevalent in my life and I know it's prevalent in your life, because who can relate? You wake up in the morning and you have this sense of groundedness, you have a clear mind, you can make clear decisions, you are on track with all of your practices, you go to work, you work hard, you go to the gym, you work hard, and by the end of the day, you just have no willpower. You have no motivation. You know that you should cook yourself a good dinner, but you don't have the feeling for it. You'd rather go out, or you know you need to do A, B, and C, but you just are not feeling it. You know you need to go to the gym after work and you're just not feeling it. That is the beautiful example of using your willpower throughout the day, and most days at the end of the day, we just have low willpower. But instead of just seeing that as a bad thing, I think we can really use it as a tool. When we lack willpower, we do two things. I mean, we could do a little bit of both of these things. On one end, we, again, kind of close ourselves off. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to pay attention to anything. We just kind of want to let our brains lull. And on the flip side, we become more receptive. And a lot of times that is in connection with cravings. And so say you've been really good about your food all day. And so that's usually when we say I was so good all day and then I broke my diet, or I was going to go to the gym and then I just didn't feel like it. Again, end of the day is when we are the most receptive to things that we would usually have a little more resistance against or clarity around, just because earlier in the day we have more willpower. And so again, talking about lack of willpower, there is this balance between wanting to close things off and be more receptive. This is where we can use lack of willpower as a tool. Wouldn't it be great if you got home and that was your education time, where you turned on your favorite podcast or you turned on your favorite audiobooks? And maybe you're not a self-help guru junkie like me. I am a proud self-help guru junkie. All I'm saying is that we can program ourselves to be receptive to certain things. Like, I know at the end of the day, when I come home, I'm not going to be vacuuming the floor like I said I was going to. I may not necessarily be food prepping. I hopefully was able to do that earlier in the day. But what I am going to be receptive to is just listening to voices. And I'm not just talking the voices in my head, although I do listen to those. That's not creepy, Bria. That's when I tend to catch up on my audiobooks. That's when I tend to catch up on my podcast. That's when I tend to catch up on my knowledge. That's when I practice my bedtime routine. And again, I got a lazy ass bedtime routine. I literally shower, brush my teeth, wash my face, listen to things, and go to bed. And that can be a part of your routine too. And so When it comes to setting yourself up for success, I'm going to reel this around here. When it comes to setting yourself up for success, and if there's certain things that you know you're going to have to do at the end of your day, like maybe nighttime is the only time you can hit the gym, or maybe nighttime is the only time you can call your parents. Whatever it is, start to create habits that support that thing, because you know there's going to be resistance. You know that there's going to be low willpower. And so how do you set yourself up and so that you are the most receptive to that thing that is going to help you grow and make you a better person and help you make better choices? How are you going to set yourself up so that you can still do the things you want to do even when you don't feel like it, simply because it's the end of the day? You create habits. You create habits around your thoughts. You set yourself up. You put your clothes right where you need them in the morning the night before. Those kinds of things make a huge difference. And so this week, what I want to challenge you guys to do is notice how you spend your evenings when you have the lowest willpower. Notice what things you succumb to, what things you close off. Notice things that you want to do in your evenings. What are things that you want to be a part of your evenings? What kind of disciplines do you want to uphold even when the resistance is the hardest? And start to create habits. Create these fundamental, like no way around it habits that are going to create good change in your life, even when you don't have the willpower that you do earlier in the day. I love you guys so much, and I am just hoping that you have the strongest week ever. Go kill it. I love you guys.